Welcome to the RYM Student Podcast, helping you fit God's truth into your life. Reflecting on biblical truth is vital for the life of the believer. We hope this podcast will encourage you in your walk with Jesus. The following was recorded at one of Reformed Youth Ministries conferences. The audio might not be clear, but the message is. We hope you enjoy it.
Depravity. Corrupt, immoral, sinful, messed up. What the first point says is that man is totally corrupted by sin. This does not mean that he is utterly, completely corrupted by sin, meaning that people are as bad and as sinful as they possibly could be. It's not like we're just brute savages carrying out every possible evil all the time. You're all sitting here and you're listening pretty well, right? Like you have some sort of decent respect for people. That doesn't mean that. It means that every part of us is corrupted. Every part of us is fallen in sin. Every part of us has this bent against God and against the image of God that we see in other people. So we kind of talked about, there's different ways of talking about, your constitutional makeup as people, but people tend to talk about your intellect or your thinking. So your thinking self sees the beauty of creation, and you have an inbuilt desire to say, even though I see design and beauty and the glory of God all around me, that's not what that is. It's not the glory of God all around me. And that's kind of what's going on in Romans 1, where man sees the invisible attributes, the power of God displayed in his creation, and suppress the truth. So we have an inbuilt intellectual disposition against seeing God. So we try not to make God make sense. We try not to make God make sense in our minds. Our wills, there's this natural tendency, because of total depravity, to do things that we know are wrong and evil. Even though we know God, and we know His commandments, and those who do the bad things deserve to die, again, Romans 1 argument, we still do them, and not only do we do them, we celebrate others who do bad things. So our intellects, our wills, and even our emotions. Like no one taught your emotional reaction to things to be like evil. It just is. We just have this innate tendency to like laugh at things that are bad, celebrate things that are bad, be sad about good things, or not even like good things. Like no one taught you how to do that. That's just part of who you are in your fallenness. Okay, so every part of us is bent away from God and towards sin. That's what total depravity is teaching. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be relatively good sometimes, right? People can do good things. But even within the good things that people do, it's never with the intention of glorifying God. And it's ultimately, ironically, with the intention of glorifying self and putting ourselves on the throne of God. That's ultimately what's happening here. Even if there are relative good things that we do in this world. I remember when I was hiking in 7th, 8th grade, and it was in this really great place where all the water is very pure, and I know you're not supposed to do this, but we would go hiking a lot, and we would just put our canteens down into rivers and like just drink right from the river, and we never got sick. I don't know. But there's this one time that we were on this really long hike. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do that. Yeah. There's one time on this really long hike that we were about to bend down and get some water out of this beautiful flowing stream, living water. And our guide said, "Wait, stop!" And up around the bend was a dead deer that was just putrefying all of the water around us. And even though the water looked good and it looked healthy to drink, at the headwaters, right, all of the corruption and the yuck is just flowing down. The idea of total depravity is at the headwaters of your life, even though you look pure and great and wonderful all the time, I look at all your shining faces, I know there's something else going on inside of you. Sorry. You know there's something else going on inside of me. The headwaters of our lives, what the Bible calls our hearts, there's a fallenness that is working its way out in all of the things that we do, are the way we think, the way that we feel, and the things that we do. And it is turning us away from God. So we say this, it's not that you sin and therefore you're a sinner. It's that you are a sinner and therefore you sin. You're corrupt in yourself and therefore you do bad things out of that. Okay?
For more information on RYM student conferences, visit rym.org/conferences.